Good morning, everybody. Painblade back here again from Server 1, representing IC Tribes Lab. Today, guys, we're doing part 2 of 2 now for the newest banner, which is the Jiraiya and Sage Naruto banner. So, we covered Naruto already, and now I actually want to cover the better character of the two, and that's going to be Jiraiya Sage Mode. Now, if you don't have him, guys, just remember you guys can go to the marketplace over here, and if you haven't done so already, go over to the Shinobi Exchange. You were probably given enough coins to buy him, and you can actually go ahead and purchase the one-star version of Jiraiya. And this is extremely important, guys, because this is the first time that they're actually offering another UR besides Kakashi and there it is right there. Besides Kakashi and Gaara, which is huge because with the newest Abyss event, you can actually get up to 35 frags a day for both characters. Now, Jiraiya, in my opinion, is the better of the two characters, so definitely hop in and get him. Even if you don't have the ability to go too high in Abyss, you can still get frags every day for him to maybe even at least get him to 2 or 3 stars, and eventually, get him up as the event if it ever reappears again. Okay, so just a quick heads up on that. You guys still have, I think, what 7 days left. Sorry, 11. Geez, 7 days left to do the abyss. So again, if you're brand new, you'll still get a few frags here and there, but you'll get the link bonuses, which is the most important part. So he will be linking probably with a lot of other characters. All right, guys. Without further ado, let's jump into the actual character himself. So Sage Mode Jiraiya has a place in my heart because I love Jiraiya as a character overall. He's my favorite character in Naruto, and honestly, the relationship he and Naruto have had throughout the show is probably one of the best relationships in the entire series. So let's actually look at the character and see what makes him so good. So Jiraiya is a D unit. Now his previous unit was a T unit and was a complete different character altogether, right? The first Jiraiya version is a tribe special and D nuker. Now this one is an actual D unit, and his thing is all about protecting and stunning and burning. Okay, so let's go through over everything. Now his artwork, I love this. The only thing I don't like is the fact that they're covering Papa Toad, but they have Mama fully shown, and it's just kind of shitty because they've kind of copied the same take on the first Jiraiya pose, and they just kind of made it a second. I was hoping he'd be a little more serious in this mode, right? Like, because this is the last mode we kind of get to see before he passes with his fight with Pain. So I was hoping for a little more seriousness here, but you know what? Overall, not a bad one. Not my favorite though. I think his original is better. Now, in terms of stats, guys, his critical rate and his critical damage increase rate is actually not bad. Now, that is also due to the fact that I have quite a bit of Gamma in those already. His guard suppression rate is shit, his guard rate is shit, and his guard damage rate reduction is not bad. Now, that's the kind of worrisome part, right? His damage reduction rate is really low as well, too. For a D unit, those are things that you expect more of. Now, most D units obviously will buff themselves for that, but the fact that his base is so low, but his attack is so high, which makes him a nuking D unit. So there's a few of those that exist already. I've already mentioned them numerous times, but Jiraiya isn't the best at defense. He's just better as a nuke. Okay, so in terms of speed, he's actually pretty slow, so keep that in mind. So you're gonna need to put some speed on him. All right, now in terms of link bonuses, you're gonna need the new Naruto, and you're gonna need Sarutobi, the third Hokage from the Shinobi Exchange Shop. So make sure you guys get those, or through Alliance coins. That gives him the attacked up. Because he's a nuking D, you're gonna want to attack 20% for sure. The second thing you're going to need is, of course, the legendary Sannin. You need Tsunade and Orochimaru. Very easy to get. They're farmable. Pretty straightforward. And then the last one, you need Asuma and Kakashi. And of course, Asuma had a banner, and he's not farmable, but most of you guys probably already have him, and he can be summoned. Kakashi, same scenario. He is not. He can actually get him from the Shinobi Exchange Shop for 1,000 coins as well too. So if you have total 2,000 and you're missing Kakashi, I highly suggest you get the one-star version of him to complete that to get his HP up, as of course HP and defense and every other stat matters, but of course for him HP and attack are going to be the most important. So let's actually get into Jiraiya's tribe specials. Now, we did cover the Naruto ones. He's got the exact same ones with Sage Naruto. So essentially, it's a single target on both. 60% chance to burn, deals extra damage to attack shinobi, boosts all damage reduction, and guard rate by 17% for the rest of the battle. Now, guys, that is the defensive version of his tribe, and then the one below is actually the offensive version, where it does more damage to D units and increases damage increase rate by 17% and critical rate by 18%. So one's a defensive one, one's an offensive one. Depends on what you're lacking. You can use either or. I don't recommend either personally. You know how I feel about tribes, but hey, that's your call. Just want to cover that. Okay, so let's go into the actual the actual skills. Now, as you can see, my Jiraiya is not fully built up whatsoever. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm not spending any more here, so I'm doing my best to give you guys what I can with what limited amount of resources I have. As you can see here, I started at 443,000. So skill wise, this is actually one of the best D units for crowd control, right? So what he does is he does an AoE. He has 50% chance to burn all active allies for 11,450, and it goes for 4 turns. Now keep in mind, guys, burn can't kill anybody, but it can take away HP even if the enemy is not in rotation. So as they're getting ready for their turn, they'll take that 11,450 damage every single time. So when they come back into rotation, they've already probably suffered close to like 40k damage. So it's actually not bad. And it also has a 15% chance to stun all active enemies. And at the same time, he will boost all allies' damage reduction rate and boost all allies' guard rate by a certain percentage if there are 6 or fewer allies left. So the lower the allies in terms of what you have left over, like if you've lost a few allies, the better he becomes. So that contingency is always an issue for me because that means you have to be losing or close to, or you have to have lost a few chess pieces essentially in order for him to be better, right? And I hate that contingency, but it is there, and it is actually worthwhile having. The AoE stun and burn alone are worth it. Time to rumble. So he'll, he hits one opponent and boosts all allies critical suppression rate by 28.15%, which is actually really, really high and really good. It's very similar to Dedera's. So in terms of that, he's one of the only other characters that has that now. So definitely recommend getting that Vitality 3 up to max. Attack and HP boost medium. The impeccable and heroic Sage Toad. Boost all active allies damage reduction rate if the user is active at the start of the turn. So that's always a good thing. Boost all active allies critical suppression rate by 13% if the user is active at the start of the turn. And recovers own HP by 27.65% of attack. And this is why attack is so important for him, because he's a nuke, but he also heals, right? So these are all very important things, guys. So critical suppression rate, damage reduction rate, very, very good set. Now, this is what makes Jiraiya so much better than Naruto, is his kit makes sense. Not only does it make sense, but it's also a very, very good kit for a D unit to have. So you're having someone who's tanky, but also can throw out some offense and at the same time survive, right? So the only biggest problem with Jiraiya is that he's super, super slow. Now his LB2, I have it ready to be unlocked now. I mean, let's just do it together here. Now, just an FYI, I have not. I'm out of I'm out of elixirs. That's so sad. Um, let's look into the actual LB2. You can't get it yet because the weapon's not out yet, but when you do get it, he boosts all allies' damage reduction rate at the start of any turn after an ally has been defeated. Now that stacks. Remember that that'll stack with his current damage reduction rate for all active allies. The difference with this one is it's permanent. So when an ally dies, he'll give you damage reduction rate for all allies. Um, but it'll stack. So every time somebody dies, he keeps stacking that on there. So you'll become more and more tanky for everybody, right? So definitely get that LB2 up when his weapons are available. Gear wise here, guys, I haven't done much. 65, 65, 40, and 40. I didn't get a chance to finish it all. Scrolls 35 and 36. And Vitality, I just got 19 and 20, which would mattered. This one you should definitely max out. This is not a necessity. I get it maybe to 10 if you can, but you don't need to have a 20. All right, so because he's underdeveloped and I use kind of my underdeveloped team, I've had a few losses today, but that's okay. The point here is to show you guys what he is capable of. So I went from my usual 1, 2, 3 place to 7th today. I had 2 losses, so shout out to those who made me lose. One was luck. Hey, congrats, luck. And the second one was actually Hito. So, but what I want to do is show you guys Phaemon. Now, this fight here kind of portrays what Jiraiya is all about, and this is the reason why I want to show you guys this arena fight. It's because, shout out to us, first off, server 1, because I've been doing so many showcases, I haven't kept up with my speed, and you guys have all boosted your speed up like crazy, and now it's becoming way harder to farm anybody. But anyways, I digress. Let's get to Jiraiya here and see what he's all about, guys. Now, I think this video actually does, I did watch it just so I can see how well he did in all the videos. He did decently in all the videos, but this is the one you kind of get to see his full potential to some extent. So we're going to watch this one, and we're going to just kind of showcase to you what he's able to do for your team in arena. Okay, so there's going to be a stun there, and now we're going to get to Jiraiya next. So let's see what he does here. He's going to do damage rate reduction up. He recovers there his own HP. There you go. Critical suppression up. And look at all those buffs. Those are insane amount of buffs. Now, those buffs come from all 3 of these guys together. I highly recommend that you guys put Sasuke. That's a really cool attack. That you put Sasuke Heavy SR with him, because he will boost his chance to do burn and chance to stun at the same time. And if you throw him in with Sasuke Kirin, he also gives him more attack and damage increase rate, which means he'll be doing more damage overall. So that is, to me, the dream team of the people you should put together. Sasuke Kirin, Jiraiya, Sage Mode Jiraiya, and then Sasuke Heavy SR to boost all the status effects that they both offer, right? So you're getting an increase to both AoE stuns, and you're getting the increased burn chance as well. So which is huge. All right, so let's see. Let's see here. We're coming up here to Jiraiya's move after this one, and we'll slow down and show you guys what it's all about. We'll get through this co-op. I kind of wish the co-op actually happened with him, but it's okay. I mean, it's all based on turn chance and stuff. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look again. So Jiraiya's going to heal himself here, right? His attack up, damage increase rate up, suppression rate, status rate. And that's the key one, status rate up right there. So now watch, when he does his special, he's going to have a better chance to burn and a better chance to stun. So let's see what pops up here. So Kieran, as usual, will do his thing. He does damage rate reduction down, right? So now the opponents are going to get hit even harder because of that. There you go. And now let's see Jiraiya's damage. There you go. So not bad. He pulled off one burn on Papa Sasuke, and he pulled off a stun on Papa Sasuke. And the damage wasn't bad for a D unit. Like you just saw an AoE do about, I don't know, how much was that? Like almost 100k each, and he's not fully developed yet, right? So you could see at the fully developed mark, he's probably going to be doing closer to 150, right when all of the scrolls are up and all of his scrolls and talismans are up, and if you ever get his weapon up, he'll be doing close to 150k damage. But the point is, he's not meant to be a damage dealer. He's a damage dealing damage dealing tank, but he's not going to do as much as an A or a T unit. But he pulls off a stun and a burn, and that's just as important. So as you can see there, being paired with Sasuke Heavy SR and Sasuke Kirin, he does do more damage, and at the same time, he has a better chance to burn and stun because of that extra status effect rate. So definitely, guys, that's the pairing you want to have. Anything besides those two, I think, would make him a little more mediocre. Even though he's a great character on his own, just having the three of them together is going to give you the best opportunity to pull off the most amount of damage with him. So definitely take advantage of that, guys. And let's just see here. So here's another special coming up. So let's see what he does here instead. I think this might kill Naruto, obviously, before he has a chance to pull it. Maybe it won't. But here's a co-op version of it. You might see Kirin kill off Naruto, though. No, not yet. So they got a stun off, though. There's a 200k for Sasuke Kirin. Let's see what a D unit does to an A unit damage-wise with co-op. Now, remember, co-op does 1.5% extra damage, so let's see. So 101k with crit. There you go. So I mean, still, like, like that, the damage is still there for a D unit. It's not unimpressive. Like it's definitely something you shouldn't gawk at. So there you go, guys. So Jiraiya, is he worth being on your team? Absolutely. Like if you're lacking an AoE stun or a burn, or if you just need a tank that can provide you with a ton of utility, Jiraiya is a phenomenal character. Easily one of the top characters in the game right now for a UR, just from utility purposes alone. So definitely, guys, if you're looking for something to add to your team as a UR, don't hold back. Get Jiraiya up as much as you can. Where does he fit on my team? Honestly, he will fit on my team really well, but the problem is I've got too many URs now, and I've been saying this for quite a few days. If you are starting new, or if you're a veteran and you're like, you know what, speed is such a huge issue for me, and I can't get faster, if you have too many URs on your team, you're going to need to spend Shino coins to get the scrolls from Merchant Mara Shop, or else you're going to be hella slow. So my suggestion always is put 2 or 3 max URs on your team, and the rest should be SRs. And you'll succeed more in arena doing that way. So that's just my suggestion. But there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about Jiraiya, let me know, and I can help you as much as I can. You know how to get a hold of me, comment section, Discord, etc. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. We'll talk soon.